you're creating a video with an affiliate product that you're talking about or that you're marketing, even if you're not speaking about it, are you allowed to use trending or popular music like Taylor Swift or Katy Perry in your videos legally? Or does that run the risk of getting a copyright infringement and potentially causing you a lot of issues? Let's talk to a lawyer about it.
My name is Tony Iliakostas. I'm an adjunct professor of entertainment law and IP at New York Law School, and I have an Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok account called The IP Professor that's dedicated to all things intellectual property.
Tony, we've been talking a lot about whether or not we can use trending music in our videos as content creators. And we've done some really good videos on it, but I want to focus in on today's conversation about whether or not we can use Taylor Swift songs and Katy Perry songs when we are promoting an affiliate product. So from the legal side of things, are we allowed to do that?
The short answer is going to be no, and it's pretty evident that the answer is very similar to what we've talked about in previous videos, which obviously you can check out all those videos in the playlist. But the root of this is boiling down to the intent, the manner in which you're using this music. Remember, these are songs from major artists: Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Drake, 21 Savage, any major musician out there. They are signed to a label that owns the copyright to the sound recording. And then, as if that weren't enough, every single song that they sing originated from an actual underlying musical composition, which is basically, think of it like the two-dimensional version of a song. It's the sheet music, the lyrics, the notes. It's what happens before the music actually comes to life with the actual performance. So before Taylor Swift sang Florida, I'm not going to scream it out here, but before Taylor Swift sung that song with Florence and the Machine, she actually wrote those lyrics. That is the underlying musical composition. And then obviously the sound recording is the actual performance of that song. So those are two separate copyright ownership interests that are owned by two different copyright entities. Typically in the music space, the music publisher will own the underlying musical composition, although you have unicorns like Taylor Swift, who she herself owns the copyrights all of her underlying musical compositions. But 99% of the time, it's a publisher that owns the rights to that underlying musical composition. And then you have the label, which owns the actual sound recording. 99% of the time, that's always the case. Again, you have unicorns like, one person that comes to mind is actually Snoop Dogg, who ended up buying Def Jam Records, and now he owns all of the masters to all of his songs. So those are anomalies, but again, that's the traditional norm. So because, a song has two copyright ownership interests embedded within that one specific asset, you're now dealing with two copyright owners. And if you're using someone else's copyrighted material, especially for commercial use, like advertising an affiliate link, which is designed to solicit a transaction, which is designed to get traffic to your link, which you will be making money if someone actually purchases the product from your storefront or wherever, however your affiliate link works. That is screaming commercial intent. That is practically your use of music to solicit that type of activity is no different than if Target or JCPenney, Macy's, or any of these big box retail stores use major commercial music for a 30-second ad or a 1-minute ad that goes on a streaming platform or goes on broadcast TV that, again, is soliciting some type of transaction. Buy this shirt for $15. Buy these pair of pants for $20 only at Target with, some type of song in the background. It's screaming commercial use. So if you're in the game of putting out videos regularly on TikTok, Instagram, and you're using commercial music, whether that's the original song or even a sped up version of the song or a pitch down version or a reverb or whatever variation of the actual song, to tell people, go to my affiliate link, click it, and buy the stuff that are featured in my video, that is commercial use. That is something that is inherently going to raise a red flag that will trigger a DMCA takedown. That could even ensue in a cease and desist from the label that is, or the publisher that is associated with that. So if you plan on doing that, the way to go about it is to pursue an actual license agreement from the music publisher and the record label to get permission to use that respective song in your video. Otherwise, stick to other music. Royalty-free music. There are tons of platforms out there. Those types of songs are going to be totally fine. Of course, you're more than welcome to compose your own music if you're that gifted or musically talented. But the name of the game here is playing it safe and not getting in trouble under the guise of intellectual property law. That's how you save yourself a headache and a half. And obviously, if you have any doubts or any questions, go speak to a lawyer, especially one that specializes in social media and intellectual property, to help give you the necessary guidance on how to use commercial music or other types of music in your respective videos.
And keep in mind, as you are deciding how you are going to be creating your content and putting it out there, all of the social platforms do have commercial use libraries. So you can access music directly inside of TikTok and Instagram and the other platforms to use with your videos without infringing on anyone's rights. And I will link my favorite music platform that allows you to have a monthly subscription and then just use whatever music's on there across the board, however much you can throughout the period that you are subscribed to it. It is such an easy way to elevate your content without having to worry about any potential infringement, potential lawsuits, all of those things when it comes to the content you are creating for your affiliate commissions, for your sponsored deals, or just the fun content that you are making. So all of that will be linked down below. And as always, if you have more questions on this or anything related to this, Tony's coming back for upcoming episodes. So now's the time to drop those questions. And as always, you can reach out to Tony on his social media. Tony, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the IP Professor, and you can check out my entertainment law podcast called End Scene, with new episodes dropping every Friday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Drop your questions on the legal side of influencer life, and if you have questions on influencer life in general, we're dropping daily videos to help you navigate the world of your online business to make sure that this is your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress and overwhelm and time commitment as you are creating your content while staying on the legal side of things. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.